Want to know how to blog for your business? Check out how we do it here at the SBDC. Hi, I'm Josh from the University of Verne Small Business Development Center, and here at the SBDC, we help small business owners with free one-on-one consulting and marketing videos just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. Today I'm going to take you through my process of content creation that I use for the SBDC. This is not so much a step-by-step as a how I work type of video. I'll throw in some tips and tools that I use, and I hope you get something great out of it. This is going to be part of a series of marketing for your business with the latest techniques like video production, webinars, podcasts, and social promotion. Your first step when creating a blog is, what are you going to talk about and why? Is it to build awareness or SEO, to help customers purchase, or for customer service? This will influence what topics and format you choose. So once you have an idea of your audience and how you want to talk to them, let's brainstorm some topics. Let's go. So if you're just starting out, you want to create a bunch of topics at the start so you have a variety of topics to pull from when you need to. If you're just starting out, you want to try jotting down the top 10 or 20 questions that you get from customers. This should give you a good list to start. How I usually do it? I've been blogging for the last couple of years, and I've been using a framework and a set of tools that I'll show you right now. If brainstorming ideas is harder than just asking your customers, then you may want to check out some online tools. The website Quora is a question platform where you can ask questions on basically anything. You can search different content areas, see what questions people are asking, and formulate your own answers to blog about. So Answer the Public is another online tool that you can use to generate some framing for your content topics. Now let me give you a little note about framing. Framing on a topic is about how you decide to cover it. You can create a list of tips, explanations, authoritative or educational content. What Answer the Public does is when you put in a topic, it gives you a web of framing, like what is something, or how does this topic work? Answer the Public is a paid tool, but you can get a few searches for free each day. Now I use a framework based on a blog post that I read in 2020, and I'll link that below in the companion article. Basically, you'll figure out what your target is looking for and what services you offer. Let me show you what that looks like. So on this sheet, we have 4 general service areas that we help clients with. Once you have those 4 buckets, the next step is to find 3 solutions you can offer in each bucket. For example, the SBDC helps start businesses. We do that in 3 ways: business planning, licensing and permitting, and buying a business. Where I deviate from the blog I mentioned is that it gives you very broad instructions, like creating a how-to guide that addresses starting a business clients and their challenges from the perspective of what licensing and permitting consulting offers. You can see how this is broad enough to help you come up with some topics on the fly. But if you need to have a huge list ahead of time, we'll list these under each topic area. So generating 3 to 5 topics should yield you a list of 48 to 60. If you do each a certain way, we'll now have enough topics for a few years. You don't have to cover all of these topics, but you do have options. When creating these topics, you may want to have efforts coincide or integrate with the stuff that you're already doing. This may mean you don't blog every week, but every other week, or once a month. This means planning. There are many different planning tools like Trello or Asana that you can track your progress for the articles you're publishing. Be sure to set time aside in your calendar because what gets on your calendar often gets done. So now that you have your topics and your planning tools up and running, you need to do research. If you've ever read any of our blogs or seen any of our content videos, then you may think I'm an expert. Well, let me let you in on a little secret. I'm not an expert. To help our small businesses, we do research, and I consult with advisors and other resources to get that information. The other research I do is for search engine optimization, or SEO. This is a set of techniques to increase the visibility of your blogs and your articles. My first step with SEO research is for keywords. Having these keywords in this article will increase the likelihood of being found online through Google. You can use several tools like Google's Keyword Planner to identify these keywords. The other research I like to do after I write the article is the headline. Now, I don't always do headline research because of the nature of our program. We can't be too witty or too tongue-in-cheek that many other blogs can get away with, but I do try to make the headline as interesting as possible. Before you start writing your masterpiece of a blog, you need to create a quick outline to gather your thoughts. Let me show you what outline I use. It's an amalgamation of a bunch of different templates that I've used, incorporated, and refined. So let's get to it. So here's the outline. It's broken into 5 sections normally. The introduction includes a what's in it for me statement to focus your blog and a way to form an introductory paragraph. Each paragraph is broken into 3 sections to explain some concepts that you can flesh out later. And finally, the conclusion will sum up things and prove the with-em statement that I included in the introduction. Okay, it's time to write. Now, writing is probably the easiest thing you can do once you have all the prep and all the research completed. As you're doing this, you may have some thoughts that fly out. Try writing these things down. These thoughts can be incorporated and edited into the article once you start. I have a notebook to write down my thoughts because that's just how my brain works. So you can use that or a Google Doc or an Evernote, whatever works for you. The actual writing of the blog post doesn't necessarily need to be professional. Remember, you aren't a journalist. You don't need to be. So language doesn't need to be super formal. My best advice is to write how you speak. Check out any of my blog posts to get an idea of what I mean. If this means using dictation tools or voice memos and then transcribing it later, then do it. Whatever works for you. Another big question is, how long does it need to be? Now, SEO-wise, it needs to be between 900 and 1200 words. But don't get hung up on the number of words, just use it as a check for yourself. The true goal is to get your point across. The final process is editing. Once I finish writing an article, I read it out loud a couple of times to ensure it sounds natural. And I use Grammarly to fix up any of the problems before it gets published. The other resource I use, and the one that you should consider, is having it reviewed by a member of your team or trusted partner. You can forward your finished blog to them by email or a Google Doc that allows comments to get suggestions and incorporate them accordingly. Blogging for your business doesn't need to seem daunting. With the proper preparation and strategy, any company can use blogging to grow your business. While the reach for social media posts will decline soon after you publish them, blog posts can be discovered weeks and even months after they're posted. Now, don't get me wrong, blogging is going to be a lot of work, but it's an investment that pays dividends as your business grows and your audience grows. But let me know what you think. Do you feel like you can start a blog for your business? Have you ever used these tips to write your own blog articles? Let me know down in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, leave us a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to get all of our newest videos to grow your business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.